What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are back. We are back with another daily trade review. Today I actually thought I finished the day up red. And it was not until I dumped my trades into TRADERVUE that I saw that I was green. And then the first thing that came to my mind was, am I back in high school again? And the reason I say that, I graduated in like 1991. Back in 91, the minimum wage was like $4.25 an hour. I made $10 today trading 2 hours. So I made just a little bit more than what I made back when I was in high school. But it's green nonetheless. Let's go ahead. Let's pull up our thumbnail watch list for the day. Let's take a quick peek at it. Today was another day that I didn't really have any expectations on this watch list. We had Tesla, plug, ENPH. That was just on there from yesterday, just trying to see what it was going to do. FSLR, we had JKS, got a trade in on that one. Had TEVA, Etsy, Run, Comcast, CMCSA. Comcast was an interesting one. It was gapping way down, but where it was gapping down to was an area on the daily chart that I figured would make it bounce. So I put it on my long list. Had TBLT, and then shorts, we had META, we had TDOC, and CCJ I had just dropped on the watch list because Evan had took a trade on that one. I think it actually worked out pretty good for him as well. But that was our watch list for the day. Like I said, no expectation on it. And it just was what it was. But we'll go ahead. We will get the thumbnail watch list, or not thumbnail watch list, but we're looking at that. We'll get TRADERVUE pulled up. Another lackluster day. Look at all these trades that we took. And I took one trade in my retirement account, my IRA account this morning. That one trade made more than we made in 2 hours, taking 17 trades. Reviewing trades for Thursday, July 28th. Total trade, 17. Closed P&L, $10.11. What the heezy. Out the gate, you see we were red again. First three trades, red. Come on now. Then we mixed a green one in there. Bam, 3 more red ones. 2 small greens, bam, another red one. Just could not find a groove. And then we started what I like to say, trading scared. But trading scared, we never did have a red trade. And these little small trades added up to get us back green again. Like I said, when I finished the morning, I thought I was red, just based on how the morning was looking. But those were our trades. I am curious. Talking about minimum wage. Let's see something real quick. I want to see what the minimum wage was. Minimum wage in 1991. Let's go 91. See, I knew that stuck in my head. In the year 1991, the U.S. minimum wage was $4.25. Yep. And look, it's doubled in, what's that, 30 years? It's only doubled? It's crazy. But yeah, that's what you get paid minimum wage here in the States if you are in another country. But let's go ahead. Let's jump right into the video. let's jump right into the video. And you'll see as the video starts, let me drag it over. So that is the beginning. As the video starts, I am already in a trade. I am in TBLT. I took this trade in my IRA account. In that account, I want to say I funded that with like $1,000. It's a cash account. And I just try to take trades of maybe $10 to $20 risk on them per trade, usually $10 per trade. So you see in this trade, we had bought 50 shares of TBLT, and I had mentioned it in some other chats and some other comment sections on videos, people talking about getting into trading and not meeting the PDT rule. If you're going to do that and not meet the PDT rule, the easiest thing to do is start up a cash account. Fund it, and then just trade half. Trade half of what that account balance is each day. And that's what I do in this account. Some days I don't take a trade at all in this account. But usually if I am going to take a trade, it's going to be a $10 risk, and I'm going to risk no more than half of that account on that trade, so that the next day, if I want to trade, I have money in that account to take a trade on. But we see this one, we're already up target on this one. So I just have my stop way out of the way, and market's open. It's 2 minutes into the market. I'm just kind of watching that one. And then I start seeing things running on the watch list, and I'm like, dang, I need to start focusing on my main account. That trade in the IRA account is going to do what it's going to do. We got the stop set where they need to be. So I finally start looking for ideas. I don't take the first trade until 9:35. So we're going to kind of speed this up. We're just scrolling through. Here we are. Look at that. TBLT. It was up like 5 times what the risk was right there. But I'll just start kind of locking in profit on it, start moving the stop up. But let's go ahead. Let's scroll on through. So here we go. Setting up to take our first trade. So let's look at these charts. Looking at Etsy on the 2 minute. We had this little candle right there. Got in super late. Got in super late on that trade. Already missed probably half of the move. That's what you call chasing. One thing, and you'll kind of see these on those last few trades that I did take today. Getting in late like this, I only need to be expecting 1 R. So like this trade here, I should have had to stop at the break even because we were getting in so late. Should have had stop at break even. Let's see. Let's kind of scroll this one up. Look at it. If you take this candle right here, we're almost up that one candle. So we're almost up 1 R. But look at what the profit is on it. And that was the stop. That's a $2 stop. And like I said, we got in there super late. And should have managed it as such. But we see we've stopped out. I switched back over. That's why you see the numbers disappear there, because I had switched over to my retirement account. So see, we made 30 bucks on the trade. That's where we had moved the stop back down to. So made 3 to 1 on that risk. Not a bad trade. So go ahead, keep scrolling through. We don't take the next trade until 9:40. So we'll go ahead and stop it. Missed this move on run. Run made a nice move. So now we come over to plug. We're getting in this one. What time is this? Getting this off the 5 minute. We got a nice wide range candle. Nice little resting candle right there. Pretty much half the volume of that big candle. Also see a little flag forming on the 2 minute with bottom and tails there. So we're just waiting. We got 40 seconds on that candle to close. So we don't want to get in before the candle closes. But got our order in the system. Got 8 minutes still on the clock. And this order is just gonna sit there. We'll let it see if it triggers us in. Based on this pattern, this was a good trade. We lost $44 on this trade, but just based on the pattern, it's a good trade. Didn't see anything out to the left on it. There we just tightening our stop up, putting it where it needs to be. It's gonna bring our risk down a little bit. And here I go messing with the stop again. This is a true 3-bar play. Need to leave that stop down there. I moved it there because of all of this price volume right there. But let's go ahead, kind of scroll this up. You see we adjusted back where it should be. We'll scroll it on up. You see we're still in Etsy. Etsy is going against us now. The entire market at this time is pulling back. And it has taken everything that was on the watch list that was long and going good. It just started pulling all of it back. Again, seeing that, probably should have tightened up the stops a little bit more. This one we did tighten it up. We brought it up, sitting it just below here. If you remember when we got in, it was down there. So brought it, set it right below these two candles here. Because if it breaks that, then this whole pattern is going to look crazy. It's going to go into a downtrend. Look at the 5 minute. You see top and tails on there. Look at the 1 minute. You see we set a lower high from that point right there. Everything is showing that this is headed down. Everything is showing. What I didn't catch was over here to the left. Bring that back one time. Didn't catch that right there. You see we dropped the line, so we had the line on the chart knowing. But when this came up and pushed back down, that's when I really should have been getting out. But we're looking at the plug. Plug is looking good. It's looking like it's going to be a nice 3-bar play. But it's just, and these are true momentum plays too. 3-bar plays are true. They pop and they work. And if they don't, then something is wrong. I'm just checking this, making sure that there's nothing out to the left. Don't really see nothing over there, so I'll blow it back up so I can see everything. When this didn't pop, I should have been moving my stop to break even. That would have saved me $44 on this trade. But let's go ahead. Let's fast forward it. We don't get in our next one for another 2 minutes. That was T-Doc. So here we go. Let's see what we were watching on this one. This was a short play. We had T-Doc on the watch list to go short. Looking at the 5. Look like it's going to be a decent short. Looks like it's a little heavy. Would have liked to see these volume candles here be a little taller, a little more volume in it. But it's looking like it's heavy. Again, lately I've been, I'm going to say about 5 seconds late on my entries. And seconds matter. See, we're doing 50 shares. That's a $10 stop. We're late. We're late on this one. Should have been getting in at 35, right where I got my hand on the sell button. That's where we should have been. So right now we're already 25 cents below where we wanted to get in. So we are extremely late. But we see that this trade, look at it. So we easily would have been 1R had we got in where we should have been getting in at. Yeah, because we would have got in at 35. It was just at 34.78. So we would have been up 1R. Let me see how quick that thing. And the reason it did that is because because we got in late, our stop was way down here. So had we drugged the stop where it needed to be, I don't think this would have stopped us out. But because we got in so late, on it. But now we'll get the numbers right. So now we're going to get the numbers right. 34.75 is the entry on that candle. You see now that the stop is up where it needs to be at. I drag it up just because we actually would have already been triggered in, because you see the low is 34.65. Actually could have drugged this up a little bit more to get a little cheaper entry. But the correct entry was 34.75. That's where we should have been getting in at. That's where it put us in at, even with bringing it up some. But this one here, it worked. And like I said, the first trade that we lost $8 on, it would have worked because it never did come back up where our stop really should have been at. And this is when I use the term, it's getting heavy. I look at this as weight. As weight pushing this thing down. But let's go ahead. We'll speed it up. It's going against us, but got faith in the trade. And now we come over to run. 950. Let's look at this one. So 5 minute, decent pullback. Decent little pullback on the 5. Look at the 1 minute. It came back right to about here. That pullback is more than I would have wanted to see. So looking at the 1 minute, that pullback's a little heavy. It should have just only pulled back to about right here. So buyers didn't step in right here. Buyers did not step in. On the 2 minute, again, I would have wanted to see him step in about right there, right where that top and tail is at. So we're looking at this on the 5 though. So we get our numbers based on that candle right there. Set our stop. This here, I don't like entering just below the whole number. Unless it's going to be like a 3-bar play or something like that that's just going to pop. So right there, I should have been realizing like this might not be the best entry because that whole number is going to act as resistance unless it's just a true momentum trade. Let's see what it does. Just taps us and triggers us in. There go that whole number. But it's working, going up slowly. We did get a color change before entry off of this one. So we entered off of the color change. So that's a good sign. And now we just back over looking at T-Doc. See, T-Doc is going against us right now. We'll speed this one up just so we can keep it flowing. Let's see, we take nothing on TBLT. We're looking at Etsy, just seeing what it's doing. Like I said, this time the market is just kind of chopping around. So we see we in run. You see that little 5-minute candle, it didn't do what we thought it would do. Tightening the stop up. Let's speed it up. This is T-Doc. There we go. Look, T-Doc is working. Open P&L. We almost up. a nice little bit right there. So we bring the stops back into range where we can see them. Again, that one was up 50 bucks. Should have took that 50. Should have took that, especially on a $10. I think that risk was a little bit more than 10 because we had to tighten the stop up on the top end, which we didn't do on that first one. So right now, just bringing our stop down to capture 1R. And this one is just running. Right there, basically right where we have our target at, was looking like, nope, first one, you got one right here. So that's just about where it's kind of stalling out at. Next one would have took it down to about right here. Let's go ahead and speed that up. We're still in run. Run is trying to get pushed back up again. If this does go, that first area of concern is going to be right there. But this is just not looking like it wants to move. So we're going to speed it up again. We see T-Doc stopped us out. Made up what we lost on that first trade. So that ends up making us green overall for the stock. So now we're back scrolling through. And we take our next one at 9 or at 10 o'clock. So we're scrolling through the pre-market watch list now. Just trying to see what's on there. I was liking the way that this pattern was looking, but we're going to scroll through. Was looking at Meta, possibly to go lower, but nope, got them bottoming tails, so it's still fairly strong. You look at the 15 minute is showing some strength. 5 minute is showing a little strength. This thing would need to pull back on the 5 minute up to about right here and then start going back down. So we go back through scrolling. We see that ARRY had failed. That's why we never did put an order in there. We're just looking at it. So scrolling through, seeing if any charts look decent, if any charts are in an uptrend. And these are all stocks that have high percent market gains. And then we run across AGI. And 2 minute looks decent. 5 minute looks a little decent. The 30 over there looks decent. Everything was looking decent on this one. So, let's see. But again, that's early on this candle right here. Because this is a somewhat pseudo 3-bar play. You'd like for it to be the first move, like the first candle of a move. We do have these candles here, but this kind of came over and rested and then made it. But still would have wanted to see this candle close before getting in on a 3-bar play. So that was premature entry. We entered that trade very early. And that's the thing about trading. Got to be patient. And that's what I'm seeing in the last couple of days is that I just have not been as patient as I have been the past few weeks. My patience is not really there right now. But let's go ahead and speed this up. This is AGI. Again, this thing is kind of stalling. I should have been tightening up. Looking to cut the losses on it. If it's not going right away, that's just batting it down. You see, I tried to, but because there was some buyers over here, it would not let me. In that case, I should have just canceled, and I need to add a flatten button. So now I'm just like slowly creeping the stop up to, if it moves up in my favor, I'll just keep creeping the stop up, but don't really get a chance to. Ends up coming back, catching me. So scroll over, T-Doc, I see that. That's on the thumbnail watch list. Nice move down, little resting candle here. So want to get in when it breaks the low of that candle right there. But just getting everything in. Get your numbers right. There we go. Let's see where we put our entry at on this one. What time is it? 03. What time does this one trigger us in? We got about right at 30 seconds. There we go. So got our entry just at the bottom of that candle. We get triggered in. Stop is at the top. Let's fast forward this one. We're back looking, seeing that we got stopped out of run. Got hammered on run this morning early. But so now, look what I do. This is backwards, right? That's to go low. I see that it's failing. It's failing the VWAP. It's failing the 9 moving average. I'm going to get in with the stop back up on this top side and see how much of this P&L that we've lost that we can eat into on that trade. Go back over. We take a peek at T-Doc. See, T-Doc is doing what we expected it to do. Adding a little more profits to it on this one, but moving kind of slow. And the market seemed like it was just moving in slow motion today. I made the comment in RT's room that it just seems slow today. So here, this was Comcast. Remember I said Comcast had gapped way down right into an area of support. I had this bouncing back up, but as it was flirting with this area, I was taking a small position on it to where if it broke this area, if it broke the low, I would take a small short on it and see. But fast forward, it never does. So we're back looking at run. Run. And everything was just moving in slow motion this morning. Nothing was really popping fast. But I still see, so I always say, I still see that this looks a little heavy. So we're just watching it, letting it do what it do. So now we come over to CCJ. Like I said, this was one that Evan had brought to my attention, and he was getting in right here off of this candle on the 5-minute. So it had opened, dropped down, pulled back to VWAP, getting that color change bar. So getting in there, first area of concern right there. And I didn't take the trade, but I told him, I was like, that looked like a good trade. And he definitely pulled the trigger on it, and it was a good trade for him. But here we are watching run. Like I say, it's just slowly moving down. And that's because the market at this time is just taking everything down with it. Let's see, what was that last one we were looking at? Was that T-Doc? Yep. So T-Doc, same way. T-Doc's just moving down. We see we're in the green on it. Run, still slow grinding. So now I'm tightening up my stop on it, bringing my stop down into to break even. Actually, that's in the money a little bit right there. So again, T-Doc slowly doing what it's doing. Okay, yeah, T-Doc slowly just grinding. It was just a slow grind day or morning. There go run still going in our direction, trying to make back some of that money. And now this is what I thought that Comcast would do. This was that area that I marked on the chart, came down. I figured it would act as support, came up, bounced back off of it again. And now it's testing the VWAP. So I don't want to take a trade on this until I see this come up and then move back down. So we just check and run, seeing what run is doing. Man, these doggone. Let's speed this up a little bit. We're already 30 minutes in on this one. But look at what Comcast did. And if you look right there, I didn't catch this while the trade was going on, but after it did it, I think I may have just pushed it over there now. Like this is going to come back up to that area right there. That was my thought on it. But I didn't want to get in until I saw it break VWAP and hold. So we'll keep scrolling through. What time is it? 10:20. I'm going to take the next trade till 10:25. So I'm going to kind of skip through. Skip through there. We come back to plug again. Plug literally just beat us across the head today. Let's see. Yeah, if we had not looked at plug, would have been a halfway decent day. But did we get, let me see. I missed that. I was looking at something else. Yep. So we got in on this one. Not really a clean chart. I was getting in off the 5 minute. Let me back that up real quick. Pause it. Getting in off of this candle right here. This bottoming tail, holding VWAP. I'm thinking it's going to push back up to the high of the day. But seemed like every time I would get in one, the market would flush back down. And when it did that, it would take everything back down with it. And you see now run is moving because the market had kind of pushed back up. So we're out of run. Ate somewhat into that deficit that we were in on that one. So let's kind of scroll through. You see Comcast still grinding up. And we end up taking a position as this candle closes, that one pushes over. Didn't have an expectation that was going to be target when I was in the trade. Otherwise, this would have been a halfway decent trade. Look at plug failing big time. Failing big time. I was trying to just get my stop below that candle. That just was going to prolong the agony of that trade, though, because it was failing. But look at it. I would have to look and see that actually break that. Because if it didn't, I might be a little pissed off. But here's Comcast going in our direction. I think this was just a half position. Yeah. 25-cent stop on 100 shares. And look at what it does. Comes right up there to that line right there. And stalls out. Move our stop to break even. And take a small break even hit on that one. Let's keep on moving. What is that? 10:33. Next trade's not till 10:42, and that was a good one I wanted to show. So let's get on over to 10:44. 10:42. JKS. Look at how this thing sold off on the 5-minute chart. Came back up, pushed above the 9 moving average, previous low of day, and the 50 moving average. 3 areas converging. So my thought on this one, let this candle close, which we didn't. Oh, there it is. See, now it's about to close. when it breaks that candle, so we got in a little earlier than we should have. We wanted to see this candle get up above it, which it is at this point. Bam, there's the move. The issue with this trade, look down there at the level 2. 20 on the bid, 43 on the ask. That's like a 20-cent spread. I can't even bring my stop up because the spread is so big on it. So in my heart, I know that this is a good trade. I'm like, this is a good trade, but that spread is ridiculous. The spread is absolutely ridiculous to where if we get stopped out, the stop might be at 50 and we're going to take a 20-something cent spread. We might end up losing $70 on this thing. So at this point, I just want to get out of this trade. So I'm bringing my target down. I'm like, nah, let's just get out of this thing. And look at that. You see, I didn't even get the target set. Was no buyers around, and it got me out of the trade for a $5 gain. And I was telling Evan at the time, I'm like, this trade is going to work. Target initially was like right around here. I'm like, this trade is going to work. That spread, like, look, you don't even see no buyers nowhere around there. Let's scroll this one up. That didn't even bother me. Seeing that, even though I wasn't in the trade, I'm like, this trade is going to work, man. It's going to work, but I just do not want to sit in it. Let's see. We don't take our next trade until 53. So there we go. And this one is on Meta. We see Meta just kind of chopping around the VWAP. So thought on this one was when it breaks this area, we're going to get in, setting up for $1.25. Stop. We'll speed it up. Let's see. Missed it. And again, thought I'd be a second late. So missed it coming in. Just a hair late on it. But now I'm just watching it, and I'll be tightening up as it's moving because it's going to get in our direction. So you'll see, watching it, tightening the stop up. So stop is now break even. And I was just basically every like $10, I would move it up $10. I'm like, it's not going to come back against me, so I'm not worried about that. So that one, let's see. Back it up a little bit. Dang. There we go. Just so I tightened the stop up on it. I said, it's not going to come all the way back down. Let's just start securing gains. So we made $30 on that trade. Next one we take is 11:02 for a couple of more minutes. There we go. And that next one was Tesla. Tesla was a good trade too. Go one more time. There we go. So this was Tesla. Tesla had pulled back, set a higher low, higher high, higher low. We've changed directions on the small time frame. Just checking everything over. Definitely want to be in after it has cleared this area here. Just doing some numbers. Let's see, making sure that our stop was good, making sure that our numbers was good. $3 stop. All we're risking is what we just made on the last trade. That's all we're risking. And we're going 1-to-1. So the most that we're going to lose is what we just made on that last trade. And we have our target just to get 1-to-1. Bam. Look at that. So now Just made 60 bucks back. We're just trying to inch our way back up. Just trying to inch our way back up. We'll scroll on up to 1109. And this thing kept going too. This thing kept going. That is the crazy thing about the market too. The times that you get out of a trade, they keep going. The times that you don't, it will go against you in a heartbeat, which is crazy. So just scrolling through, looking at some ideas. We come back over here to CCJ. Now look, CCJ is setting up just like how Tesla was. Came back, we got a lower high, or a higher low, higher high, higher low. Basically the same play. We're looking at the same exact play, making sure now that that spread is like not super spready. And you see, I'm ready to move that stop up if this can go in our direction. Let's see, 15 cents, 200 shares. We're risking that same $30 again. And look at us. We move that stop up quick. Back it up just a little bit. We move that stop up quick. We're like, nope. We in defense mode right now. We're not in offense mode. We strictly playing a cover defense. Like, we get in the green. Let's make sure, one, we don't give up no money. And two, if we can make a little money, we're going to try to make a little money. So we're just watching it. Again, every time it goes up, we try to just move that stop right behind it. So this one was, if it goes up 5, for every 10, we'll move it 5. That one came back, tagged us, small gain, very small gain. Speed this up. Next entry was 1116, and we were right back to CCJ. So there we go. And actually, let's see. So same thing. This one here is a 10-cent stop, 300 shares. We're risking that same $30. Risking that same 30. And we're ready when this goes in our direction to tighten the stop up. So it's up 15. Let's start tightening the stop. And that one got us quickly. We had tightened the stop up though, trust me. Yep, see? We had moved the stop up, came back, tagged us. Straight defense. All right. Now we're coming up on our last trade, TBLT. TBLT was the first trade of the morning. It was the last trade of the morning. So let's pause that one real quick. See here, you can see I clicked something. There go my thumbnail watch list right there. And this is what you're watching right there. Those are the 2 screens on Thinkorswim. Them are the only 2 screens I have open. But here, getting in right there, putting the stop down there. This is holding the 9 moving average. So that's the pattern entry on this one. Just like the other ones we had seen, higher lows, higher highs, higher low, higher high. And now we're going to get in when it breaks that. So let's go ahead. Didn't get it on that one. Look where this candle came down to. Right where the stop would have been. But again, we're not getting triggered in until it breaks the high of that candle. Boom. Triggered us in with attitude. And look at it go. Expectation, VWAP. Look at the volume over there. That's it. The volume. 1.6 million shares right there. So we bring target up just above it. Reason for that is a lot of times it'll peekaboo over and then fail. So I'm like, let's play it the peekaboo over. Let's see if that's going to work. This thing did more than peekabooed over. Look at that. Look at that. And then look at it keep going. Man. It came right up here to 62.20. Quite a bit of junk over there. And that was our last trade. That was the last trade. Made us 48.03. And like I said, I still had figured I was red on the morning. I was kind of surprised to see that we did make a little bit of money. But I am not mad with these small red or these small green days. I probably shouldn't jinx myself. Evan knows why I'm not mad with these small red days. And I'll go ahead. I'll show you. We're done. We're done reviewing. Let's swap back over to TRADERVUE, and then we're gonna get out of here. Let's see. Let's go to detailed. Oh no, we were right at the right spot. Let's go overview. Overview. Come on. And calendar. Look at this. That's July, y'all. That's July. One stinking red day. One stinking red day. It was a bad red day, too. Look at the losses on that day. I was confined to lose about $1,000 on this day. Truth be told. So seeing 288 is not that bad. Seeing 288 is still not that bad, but that's our one red day. Decent month. We got one more day. Hopefully we can go ahead and finish that day out green, and we'll be good. Let's look at the details. So right at about $2,000 for the month. Not bad. Average daily gains, $100. That's 2R. Average winning trade, 50. That's 1R. Look at this average losing trade, $62. There's a reason for that, and we'll see it on the other side. Number of wins to losses, 67.32. Again, for about past few months, it's been 65.35, so that's good. Average maximum unrealized gains is $50. That's that 1R. Like I said, had I been just content at 1R in every trade, this probably would be double. Largest gain, 377. Largest loss, 549. This number here skews that number there. You get rid of that number, it's going to take the skew off of that one. But this one here has got that one skewed a little bit too, so you got to take the good with the bad. Profit factor, 1.6. So that's basically 1.6 R per trade. That's that 1 R that I say that I've been getting out of every trade. Average hold time, 9. Average hold on the loser, 6. Max consecutive wins, 9. Max consecutive losses, 4. Look at Friday. Friday's showing out. As always, I always seem to think Mondays is my worst, but Monday is coming in a close second. Performance, it's a pre-market trade that we took. It's red. Stay away from that foolishness. At 9:30 to 10 o'clock, it's 30 minutes. That's 10 to 11. Now we've been in the market an hour and a half. That's the sweet spot. That's the sweet spot. Half came back after hours, or not after hours, but afternoon, and made a little money there, so that's good. All intraday. Refuse to take multi-days in this account. For one, I'm not trying to tie up my money like that, especially I keep this account just above PDT. So I do draws out of this one. I take money out of this account. Stock's under are performing under a minute, losing. Long time frames, losing. This was the big boy. That was me trying to make money back on July 12th. Like I said, I'm still working on that video. Still working on that video. Wins versus losses. 22.53 total gains. That's the one losing day. That is impressive. That is impressive. With that huge, let's click that one. NVX. Huge. Got in down there on a short. This thing blazed us. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. You're in an uptrend. You about to get blazed. Look at that thing. Imagine being in this and just getting socked as that thing just kills you. There you go on the 2 minute. Perfect, perfect. Came here, that's the double bottom. Came here, that's the triple bottom. Get the hell out if this is not gonna turn. Now I can see it. Now I can see it. It's clear as day. Double bottom, triple bottom. I'm taking all your money. All right, try to. But let's go ahead. Let's wrap this up. This is a long one, 50 minutes. I see doing the recaps on when we record, they run a little long because we're in the market 2 hours. So we're condensing 2 hours down to less than an hour. That's not bad. But we'll go ahead and wrap this one up right here. If y'all hadn't already hit that like button, I would appreciate it if you do. I would appreciate it. Where the camera? Right there. I'd appreciate it if you do. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. Trying to do good things over here. Trying to be a consistent, professional trader. Somebody made the comment in Relentless chat room that he said that he was professionally trading, and the dude was like, that's an oxymoron. If you're professional, that means you're trading other people's money. No, it doesn't. Just because you say you're professional and doing something don't mean that you're doing it to take people's money. It means you're doing it at a higher level. You're doing it at a higher level, at a professional level. You got amateur athletes, you got professional athletes. Professionals do it at a higher level. They'll tell you. College students will tell you. College football players can be stars in college. As soon as they go to the NFL, they get a rude awakening because the NFL is a professional organization and the players play at a professional level. I'm trying to play at a professional retail trading level. So I guess RT should have clarified that a professional retail trader, because retail traders can't trade for other people. But on that note, I'm going to wrap this one up. We will be back at it tomorrow. Stay on the lookout. Stay on the lookout. Bam, right there. Stay on the lookout. LMD Enterprises and Embroidery. Still hoping to get some merchandise on my Etsy page. You can go out there and look it up. It's LMD Enterprises on Etsy. But right now, it's mainly Masonic paraphernalia, shirts, things of that sort. So hope to get some other merchandise on there. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We will be back at it tomorrow. Peace.